Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandella. So I have a habit of starting 60 or 90-day workout routines. It's at some point I decide in my life, okay, I want to do something, and so I pick up a 60-day routine and I go all the way. I go all or nothing hard for 60 days. I do exactly what it says and have pretty good results. And then I take about 2 years off. And so I have this really bad habit of saying, okay, I'm going to do something different. And I find like the perfect step, 1 through 10 step process to get it all right. And I go do that, but it's not sustainable. I just focus on what I'm going to do, not why I'm going to do it. See, this is kind of part of my personality, but I think that a lot of us function this way when it comes to life, right? We get super focused. We just cut bait, cut everything else out of our lives, and we go hard, and then we can't sustain that. And our faith often looks very similar. I decide, hey, I want to get closer to God, and so I am going to pray every day at this time. And I do for a couple of weeks, and then I stop. Or I'm going to, read the Bible in a year, and so I start, and January goes well, and February goes well, and then I can't find my Bible in March. And we have this tendency of kind of jumping all in and focusing on what we do, not why we do it. And we are in our series called Come Matter Here, based on a book by Hannah Brencher, where she just is really challenging us to dig deeper, to be more present, to be more content with who we are, and then build our meaningful lives out of that, rather than the other way around, where we're kind of always looking for what it is and then trying to chase it and get it. And honestly, that's kind of how I approach this workout thing, right? It's tell me what I need to do and I will go do it. And then at the end of the what, I don't have anything of value. Maybe my pants fit better, but honestly, at a later date, if I want my pants to fit better, I just buy new pants because it's not attached to anything really deep or meaningful in my life. And when I talk about faith, like grabbing the Bible and saying I'm going to read it in a year, I'm focused so much on the what I'm going to do, not why I want to read it, not why I want to consume the whole thing in a year, or I'm going to pray every day at noon. Why am I praying every day at noon? And so Hannah, in her book, she has a chapter called Dig Wide and Dig Deep. And some of my friends in kind of the coaching world, Abby and Greg, they often use the word deep, or the words deep work, when they're talking about really examining our core and then developing and designing our life, whether it's a home life or work life, out of this core, to do the deep work. For me, when I make the decision to do a 60-day or a 90-day program, it is surface level work. It's not deep. I haven't gone one layer deeper to say, why do you want to do that? And in my life, I've kind of changed that. I've become aware of this through a lot of help from others and I guess tripping over myself over the years. But instead, I've tried to attach this, if I'm going to do a 60-day program, that's not the end of it, because it's attached to a why. I want to be healthy. I want to be healthy as I age. I want to be able to move well. And so that, when I notice that my pants don't fit well, the conclusion is go buy new pants. It's you are not as healthy as you'd like to be. So that's the why. And when it comes to our faith, how do we attach our lives, our everyday life to this deep work? Who are we really? What are we designed to do? What is our purpose and our belief? If we could answer one question for ourselves this week, what are your core beliefs? I guess there's 2 questions. What are your core beliefs? And what is your purpose here on earth? And if you attach the decisions that you make as a result of that, to this why, you will experience more meaning. But if you just search this checklist, the to-do list, the honey-do list, whatever it is, and you start checking those boxes off, you'll accomplish it, and it just won't feel any further along than what you were. In fact, the Bible talks a little bit about this, that oftentimes we look like the tax collector in a story that Jesus tells. In Luke 18, he tells a story about a tax collector and a Pharisee. And the Pharisee goes to the temple to pray, and he prays, God, look at all this stuff I've done. right? He talks a lot about the what that he has accomplished. And then there's this tax collector, and the tax collector humbly submits, God, I'm imperfect, but I'm yours. And Jesus says as he tells the story, that as the Pharisee leaves, the Pharisee just goes back to all the stuff that he does, and he doesn't experience the deep-rooted meaning of life. And Jesus says, maybe the tax collector's daily life and what he does for a living isn't as societally meaningful as the Pharisee, but this tax collector gets it. And Jesus concludes by saying, if you walk around with your nose in the air, you're going to end up flat on your face. So if you function like the Pharisee, look at me, look at all I've done, I did this, I did that, why did it not add up? You're going to be disappointed. But Jesus essentially says, do deep work. He says, if you're content by simply being yourself, you will actually become more than yourself. So this week, as you live out your life, choose which one are you going to be. Are you going to continue to focus on the what and be the Pharisee? Or do you want to be, it's odd to want to be more like a tax collector, but in this story, in this instance, will you focus on yourself, why you're here, what your purpose is, what your beliefs are, and then live out of those things so that you can actually become more than yourself and experience deep meaning in this life? Thanks for watching Faith in 5. If you like what you see, please like and share. If you're interested in making a donation to our ministry, please click the link below.